Tonight, the minority in Parliament is demanding the immediate implementation of an automated tax exemption waiver system for medical consumables and equipment to curtail the needless delay in clearing such items at the ports. Now, it comes as they reveal containers of donated anti-retroviral drugs for HIV patients have been left at the port since July 2023, creating needless shortages for persons living with HIV. Kwabena Minta Akando is ranking member on the Health Committee in Parliament.
That it is exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to see such a thing happen in any civilized jurisdiction, such that you do not have the money or the resources to fund a particular program. Then you are given or donated free of charge drugs, antiretroviral drugs. It gets to your country, then it gets taxed from July till this and this day. Why? Because there are certain taxes that need to be cleared, whether by payment or being exempted. And this is a program that we have gained. We have made a lot of gains. We are talking about HIV and AIDS. We've made a lot of gains. Gone were the days where people were not even coming forward to take the drugs because of the stigma. Now we've gotten to a point where people are willing to come and take the drugs so that it could suppress the viral load and what have you, so that we could also control the spread of the HIV in this country. And the situation is even there when it comes to the finances of the AIDS Commission.
Well, Professor of Finance with the University of Ghana, Godfred Bokpin, says the governor of the Bank of Ghana cannot escape blame for the poor state of the central bank as pressure mounts on BOG boss to resign. The Bank of Ghana posted a loss of 60 billion cedis and blames it on the domestic debt exchange program by the government. The NDC minority led a protest to demand the resignation of the governor. But Dr. Ernest Addison says he will not resign. At a joint news conference with the International Monetary Fund, Dr. Addison said the bank is beginning to regain its financial strength.
It has been a very comprehensive and collaborative work between the government side and the IMF. And this has made the two-week mission very successful and fruitful, leading to the staff-level agreement today. We have all established that the very decisive measures put in place by the government and the Bank of Ghana have started yielding results, signaling a faster than expected turnaround, which needs to be sustained as we reset the economy. More specifically, non-food inflation has dropped significantly by 19 percentage points. Food inflation has also come down by about 8 percentage points. Core inflation, which measures underlying inflation, is also decelerating at a fast pace. From the beginning of the year to date, the Bank of Ghana has built reserves of about $650 million instead of the programmed drawdown of $98 million. And this has been boosted by the innovative Gold for Reserves program. And as a result, we have seen relative stability in the exchange rate, depreciating by only 2.5% between February and now.
But speaking on Newsfile, Professor Godfred Bokpin said the governor cannot escape blame for the poor state of the central bank.
So, I had said before that in a very serious country, maybe the governor of Bank of Ghana would have resigned long ago. He doesn't have to take a demonstration. And because, so if you look at, and I'm saying this because something over the years or over the decades, in fact, since 1992, part of the macroeconomic instability we have seen in this country has largely also been supported by the central bank. through accommodating monetary stand, which ultimately enables the political economy or the fiscal side to actually be reckless. To that extent, the checks and balances that one would have expected to come from the central bank. And it's for this reason that over the years, as a country, we've worked hard to generate the operational independence of the central bank. And I want to believe that the central bank, the Supreme Court would equally affirm the operational independence of the central bank, because as a horizontal accountability institution, is good for our democracy. And therefore, whoever presides over the affairs of the central bank would have to be mindful of the fact that they are there first to protect the institutional independence. Under this circumstance, we've seen Bank of Ghana not playing that role effectively. Probably, I know that the deficit financing or net claims on the government, including overdraft and the rest of them, as at the end of 2022, was 77.6 billion cedis.
So billion, not trillion.
Yes, okay. 77.6 billion cedis. That was the amount.
Well, the economic community of West African states has observed the rise of an alliance of coup plotters preparing to defend themselves against the sub-regional body. Now, according to the Commissioner of Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Abdel Fattah Musa, the military government in Burkina Faso is preparing to deploy troops to Niger to defend it, if possible, against ECOWAS intervention. Speaking at the opening of the ECOWAS observation mission in Liberia, he revealed security in these coup-plagued countries continues to deteriorate.
You see, at times, ECOWAS does not tell a story. So people keep criticizing. Our resident rep was just talking about in Sierra Leone, there is an association of coup plotters in the region that are banded together, apparently to defend themselves against ECOWAS, Mali, Burkina Faso, and others. You know, a country like Burkina Faso is even trying to deploy troops to Niger in order to prepare for an eventual intervention by ECOWAS and then things like that. You know, that's, happening at a time when the military, who overthrew democratically elected government, are overseeing the rapid deterioration of security in their own countries. You know, today, almost 60 to 70% of Burkina Faso is under terrorist control. And terrorism from there is already encroaching on the coastal countries like Benin, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and God knows who will be next. And then things like that. And that is under the military, okay, who were supposed to, their primary duty was the sovereignty of the state, fighting against insecurity, but they have decided to venture into the realm of governance, so their attention is divided while their countries are being overrun by terrorists.
Let's shift our attention to health-related matters, because the Vice Chairman of the Ghana Physiotherapy Pediatric Interest Group, Dr. Sandra Asante, is urging government to invest in awareness creation on cerebral palsy. She is certain once the public is educated about the myths surrounding children living with the condition, issues of stigmatization will be dealt with. She spoke at an event to mark World Cerebral Palsy Day.
World Palsy Day is a global healthcare event observed annually to create awareness about the condition. Cerebral palsy is a condition that affects the brain and posture and affects the skills and muscle movement in children. The theme for this year's celebration is dubbed Millions of Reasons. Speaking at the event to mark the day, the Vice Chairman of Ghana Physiotherapy Pediatric Interest Group, Dr. Sandra Asante, said The reason for organizing the event was to create awareness and also to educate the public about the myths surrounding children living with the condition.
The myth pertaining to cerebral palsy includes the perception that the child is an insuba. I'm quite certain that most of us have heard that word. Yes, but this is not true. So because they believe there's a perception or the myth that the child is insuba, the best solution for them is to get rid of the child. But we've all heard Gifty speak. This is not true. It's a myth. It is not true.
Gifty Esiedu, a 22-year-old level 200 student of the University of Education, told parents not to give up on their children living with the condition.
Now let's take you to Kumasi, where the Lava Firm's Republic Bank Habitat Fair entered its second day with patrons negotiating housing and construction deals with discounted rates from exhibitors. On display at the fair are a range of real estate firms poised to provide housing solutions. Lava Firm's Mona Lisa Frimpong brings us a situational report.
It's day 2 of the Lava Firm Republic Bank Habitat Fair happening at the Kumasi City Mall, and well, I have spent quite a great deal of time here, and it's amazing to see patrons visiting stands, negotiating great deals and discounts with exhibitors. Well, let me walk over to a few stands and let me interact with them on how patronage has been today, and then they'll also take me through the products and services they offer. So I am visiting the stand of Yoben Security doors, and I can spot some wooden doors as well as metallic doors. Let me speak to my fine gentleman here. Hello, sir. What's your name? And I know you are with Yoben Security doors. Take us through what you have to offer us.
All right. My name is Ebenezer. Yeah, I'm in charge of sales and marketing. Actually, we deal in Turkish premium security doors. We have Italian security doors as well. We also have internal doors, a very solid and heavy internal doors. That comes with the frames, the logs, architraves. It's a complete on its own. Yeah. So as you can see this one, these are some of the Turkish doors, Turkish security doors. Yeah, with a monolock. And then it has a central lock as well. Actually, because of the weather climate, we have it in different finishing. Because when we look at, when we get to your site and then we assess the place, then we recommend a door that will fit the place. You get it? So we have it in different finishing, 4 different finishing. We have the wooden finishing. We have a complete metallic. We also have a fiberglass finishing as well. So depending on the place, then we give it to you.
Thank you very much, sir. So you had a representative of Yoben Security Doors, and they have the best doors with 10-year warranty. Oh, that's very amazing. Let me move on to another stand, Asatec Roofing. Asatec Roofing. I can spot some roofing sheets, aluminium self-lock, zinc self-lock, aluminium IDT. Tell us about it.
Okay, you talk to him before.
Please, I'm Eric. I'm Eric from Asatec Roofing. I'm a sales executive at Asatec, and then my colleague here is Gilbert, an estimator. Okay. Our company specializes in providing total roofing solutions to our customers. We do that through our technically trained estimators. They go to the site, the customer site, to take accurate measurements and provide roofing quotations to the customers. We have our samples here on the profiles here. We have self-lock, standing seam, IBR, IDT. So my colleague will take you through the samples and the quality.
Okay.
Take me through the...
I was saying this type is standing seam. So the standing seam, like they will interlock it when they are installing it. They will interlock. You will not see nails on top of the roof. The nails will be under. But this one, IBR, you use screws on top of the roofing. So you will see the nails or the screws on top of the roofing. And this one too, IDT. I've seen the design, different designs. I've seen this one is self-lock. IBR IGT.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much, sir. So you had Asatec Roofing, and they are a subsidiary of Asatec Group.
Now, JoyNews' Upper East correspondent has been crowned Upper East Journalist of the Year in the second Upper East GJ Awards. He's also taken 2 great awards home. He's also taken the award for Best Human Rights Reporter and Best Agriculture Reporter. He joins us live with more. Congratulations, Albert. You took home the big one. Tell us about the stories you told that highlighted the plights of the community members that won you these awards.
Thank you. So last year we did a story on the Kwalugu Multipurpose Dam. We were basically tracking the progress of work on the dam because of the promises that the government had made to the people of the Upper East region. So it was very close to the deadline that they had given to complete the construction of the dam. But it appeared that nobody was seeing any physical work being done on the site. And so we decided to go to the ground, talk to the people in the communities who had been engaged in terms of, resettlement plans, compensation for their lands, etc., to try and bring a story about the progress of work that had been done. And so we produced the documentary called A Dam of Promises. And so it was the story that I submitted. I also did a story which looked at a rape victim whose family did not want to pursue justice, even though they knew the alleged perpetrator, because they were afraid that this man is a man of influence in their community. And if they were to pursue justice in the law court, they may face scorn from the community. And so I was basically doing a story to bring to light the sort of problems that people face when they try to get justice, sometimes the impediments in their way. And so these are the 2 stories that won the Agric reporting category and also the human rights category separately. And so for the Journalist of the Year, they basically look at all the work that you put in together with what the other journalists submitted. And so that's how I was adjudged the winner.
Congratulations. We're looking forward to more awards from you. Now, I am reliably informed that there's a special package for you here in Accra. My bosses are working on that. So I'm sure you will let us share it 50-50, of course. Albert, what do you think?
Of course, I'll fly down to Accra so we can all have a big party together.
Sure, congratulations. Well, we're taking a breather here on JoyNews Prime. We'll be back with more stories from the National Science and Maths Quiz. Do stay tuned in. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's turn our attention to the 2023 National Science and Maths Quiz. It was an uphill task as St. Joseph's Seminary Senior High School knocked out one-time champion St. Thomas Aquinas from the 2023 National Science and Maths Quiz after an intense battle of wits. In an ambitious and combative display of quiz prowess, E.P. Malco Senior High School bowed out to St. Joseph Seminary Senior High School, and St. Thomas Senior High School went into a tie-breaking round after scoring 47 points each at the end of the contest. There's more.
All right, so the excitement you see here are students of the St. Joseph Seminary Senior High School. In fact, they've won their contest today against St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, and they are proceeding to the 1A stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Hence, the jubilation you see here today. They are so excited that they are indeed moving on to the 1A stage of the competition. It was a fierce contest, a battle of wit, and indeed both schools, St. Joseph's Seminary and then St. Thomas, did so well, but at the end of the day they needed a tiebreaker to make it to the 1A stage, and then when the tiebreaker came in, St. Joseph took in and then moved on to the 1A stage. So I have the contestant here with me. How was the contest for you? You jumped out of stage when you were able to clinch the last point to make it to the 1A stage.
Oh, it was like I was very happy because this is our first time qualifying, and you know, St. Thomas Aquinas is a quite big school, so we had to put our best. So we thought, you don't know, we were the underdogs. So we proved that yes, we were the real underdogs. That's why.
So now you proved to them that you are not underdogs, right?
No, we are not the underdogs. They are not the underdogs.
Okay. So what are we to expect from your students going into the 1A stage?
Okay, just as we did at the regionals and now at the nationals preliminary stage at the nationals, we are proving to them that there's no small school. Now every school comes on top and it is individual performance. Every other school is past glory. St. Thomas Aquinas is past glory. Our time is now. We are coming to take it.
But then the 1A stage is going to be a difficult one because all the big schools are coming in. Presec, Legon, Prempeh College, Opokwari Senior High School. Is that not going to be a difficult task for you going forward?
When we were coming into this contest, they told us that St. Thomas Aquinas is a one-time champion. Yes. So aren't we afraid? We told them that we are coming to do our best. So in the 1A stage, we are going to do our best. Whatever school we get, Prempeh College, Presec, whatever school we get, we are coming.
What are we to expect from your students going forward?
Like, listen, you know, like when we were coming for this contest, as the senior said, like they were saying Aquinas. And we told them, who is Aquinas? Do you know the St. Joseph Seminary Senior High, in which we have the agenda, like we will conquer them. They are unbreakable. We are going to kill them. We are going to squeeze them and bust them and bust them.
What are you going to do to them?
Like, listen, we are going to listen. We are going to flagabas them, escabulate them, onomatopia them, enjoy them.
You can see the excitement. Whatever school they meet during the 1A stage, Prempeh College, Presec, Legon, they are ready to battle them. And at the end of the day, clinch the ultimate. So from the KNUST SHS Auditorium with the students of St. Joseph Seminary School, my name is Nana Boache Dankwa Adam.
Well, the 2023 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Prime Time Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with GOIL PLC. Now, it was a week of demonstrations and demand for better healthcare services, among others. Hannah Odami has put together a wrap of the major stories this week.
Priscilla Asante, who was undergoing dialysis treatment, asked government for financial help.
I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
2 days later, she died. Some other patients undergoing treatment shared their frustrations.
We are becoming a burden to the society. You pick a phone, you want to call your friend. He knows you are coming to ask for money, so you will not even pick.
A program put together by JoyNews sought to find more answers.
If we are looking at it, I think ultimately dialysis must be free.
There's a committee that has been set up to have these conversations about dialysis, its implications, if NHI can do anything about it, and most importantly, make recommendations for the policymakers. And I'm happy Senior says there's a lot happening in that space.
The network of persons living with HIV revealed a shortage of life-saving anti-retroviral medications across the country.
Why should Ghana tax commodities that were brought in free for persons living with HIV and other conditions?
The Ghana AIDS Commission had this to say.
That is one of the misunderstandings of the situation, but the Parliament of Ghana has granted tax waivers for all Global Fund-related drugs, equipment, and all the related districts.
The minority in Parliament and some sympathizers demonstrated, demanding the BOG governor and his deputies resign.
If they want to do their, campaign, they come to our churches for their campaigns. When they finish getting the votes, they said we shouldn't interfere in the politics. It is a lie. The Bible is about politics.
In Ashaman, residents protested, demanding better roads. Ghana still mourns death of former First Lady Theresa Kufuor and the NDC's Enoch Mensah, who both died last Sunday. And that's a wrap of the week with me, Hannah Odami.
And that's how we wrap up the bulletin. My name is Faustina Safi. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a pleasant evening.